All right, so on this episode, what we're going to be doing is rolling the fenders, or trying to. A little bit of marking on the tires, on the new tires, and that's because of this up and through here. You can kind of see this is a little bit rolled right here. The back end, however, is not so much rubbing on this, but you can see on this other side, there's quite a bit of rubbing on the tire right here. You can see there the marks. Hasn't cut into the tire, so before it does any damage, I want to definitely take care of this. But you can see up and through here what we're going to be rolling. There's where it's hitting right there. That was from the last tires, all that black marking. But I don't want to damage these tires, right? So I'm going to have to be rolling these fenders. I'm going to do all four corners, try to anyway. So I've got it up on the quick jacks, and we're taking off the front tire first and see what we can do to get that fender a little bit more rolled in. Now I do have new aluminum trim rings for this all the way around, so I'm going to be putting those on too once I get the rolled fender. The fender is going to be rolled, and then the trim ring is going to have to be pressed a little bit and rolled or cut. So we'll see what I can get done with that. So you can see that it has been rolled. Somebody else has been in here rolling these fenders. This one's actually done fairly decent. I think the thing that I'm looking at doing is probably just going to be rolling the new trim ring, because this one's already rolled pretty good. Starts at about right here and it gets to about right here, so that's about where you want it. This right here in the middle is a little bit down, so I might heat that up, but honestly I think this has been rolled pretty good as it is. Let's see if you can see. You can't really tell it that way, but it has been rolled before. You can see it starts right there, and it's been rolled throughout here. Now my guess is probably the other front has been done as well. So I'm gonna see if I can bend the trim ring in a little bit. I think right into here at this light, or this hole right here, is out a little bit, so I'll hit it with a rubber mallet just to get it pushed back. All right, so what I did was I marked where I needed to start the bend, and I used some tin snips to snip it on the edge, and then just started to take basically a pair of pliers and bend it in. Once I get it on the truck, I'll finish hammering that out up against the truck. But that right there is going to get me where I need to be, to where I can put it in there, right up through there. So now we got to screw in one side, the other side, and work our way around. So this is what it looks like right now. What I've decided to do, since the wheel, actually the top of the tire is right here, I don't want to put a screw there, so I'm going to drill a small little hole there, and put 2 screws in. Now they do provide you screws when you buy these trim rings, so I'm going to use those screws. I've used them already up to this point, so you don't need to buy the screw kit. These come with the screws, so they give you 2 additional screws, so I'm going to use those, I think, on either side of that original hole there. All right, so there's the finished product all rolled into one. So if you look at it this way, you can see it's bent up pretty good amount. And then the outside is still pretty good. All new. So moving on to the back now, let's see how that rolls. All right, so this one was a little harder to get off. There's a screw that wouldn't come out. Tried as much as I could, so I was able to use a cutting wheel and cut it off. Bent up the original trim ring a little bit, getting it off, but I was able to get it done. So cleaned it up real good. Anytime you do something like this, you want to clean as you go and get it all nice and clean. But you can see how clean this frame is already. No rust, super clean frame on this vehicle. So yeah. The other thing is, I want to mention to you, I didn't do it on the front because it was already kind of bent a little bit, rolled, but you want to use a heat gun to heat up the metal a little bit in the middle, so that you can bend it easier without damaging things. So I'm gonna kind of go from about right here around to here. Probably don't need that much, but at least I'll have it ready to go for whenever I put the wheel back on. All right, so there it is. This is how it looks now. You can see those are pretty flat right there. You can see the fender sticking out past the trim rings, but as you get up here, you can see it definitely curves in and rolled there just as much as you can roll it. It's kind of folded back on itself. That the fender's pretty thick, but you can see that it's a lot better than it was, and it's not going to rub as much there anymore. So that's how it looks right there. So let's get these dropped down on the ground again and see how it looks.